It's a Chanel type of day. This is going to be a little bit of a different video. I am going to talk about the Codes Couleur collection that came out from Chanel and pretty much sold out immediately. I did post about this on Instagram. I think I put it on my community page as well, and urged anybody who really wanted a piece from this collection to buy it early. And I hate to get into the whole you must buy it now thing. I'm really not, that's not something I feel comfortable with, and I'm not here to get you to buy things or to use my affiliate links. I do appreciate when you use my affiliate links because it helps me continue to buy all these things for the channel. But this one I had a sneaking suspicion that this was gonna sell out. If you haven't watched me before, first of all, hi, my name is Jennifer, and I worked for Chanel as a makeup artist literally half a lifetime ago. Half a lifetime ago. And I don't remember them ever doing, at least in the last 25 years, I don't remember them doing anything like this collection. I don't think there is anything like this out there. Now, I could have missed something in the intervening 25 years, it's entirely possible, but I don't remember it. So I knew that there are a number of people who collect Chanel that would just be like, well, I'm going to buy all of it, or I'm going to buy my favorite color in it, or I'm going to buy this for my sister or my mother or my brother or whomever. This was going to be popular. And yeah, it sold out. The ballerina, I was pretty sure would be the most popular, and that seemed to be the one that sold out first. And then the lilac sold out pretty much behind that. There are 9 shades. We're going to go through all the shades, and I'm going to talk about the products and what I think about the worth of these products. So there were 5 shades that were available in the boutiques that did get them, and then there were 4 shades that were not available in the boutiques, and you only could get them online. It was the deep blue, Fugaze, the deep blue one, the reddish orange, and I'll explain why I think that's kind of not quite right, Incendiaire, which is 147, Immortelle, which was the lilac, the purple one, 135, and Ballerina, which is 111, which is the ballerina shade, which is the one that I thought was gonna sell out. So first I want to say 2 things. I have always, on my channel, if you haven't watched before, again, you wouldn't know this, but if you've watched, I've always been like, look, buy what makes you happy. If you like something and that's what you want, fantastic. I don't judge anyone for buying whatever they want to buy as long as it's in their budget to buy it. More speed ahead. However, I will say when I think things are worth it, worth your money, because these things can be very expensive, and I have a new rating system. Hopefully you guys saw that in the video that I had go up not too long ago. And, this collection, I have to say, is it, quote, worth it? We'll get into the details of each product. But no, these are brush sets with synthetic brushes in them, mirrors, and nail files. You can buy all of these things for far cheaper if it didn't have CC on it, if it didn't have the Chanel name on it. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't have bought any of these things if it didn't have the Chanel name on it, because I bought it because it's Chanel. Now, I personally am fine with that decision, and I was happy to pick them up, but I'm just, I want to be clear on the issues that come up with this type of collection. A lot of people are like, well, it's not worth it. You can get, no, of course not. A lot of products, just because it has the Chanel CC on it or the, Louis Vuitton name on it or whatever, that's why people buy it. There's no, you have to be honest with yourself about why you're picking something up. But I also would say I'm a big fan of Chanel. I worked for Chanel, and I actually liked the fact that there were these color-coded kind of thing. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. I don't think it's chic. I don't think it's luxury, really, to have all these different shades. However, I have been waiting so long for Chanel to do something different, just anything different with their packaging. I was kind of like, okay, I got to give them props for that. So I'm saying all of this, one, just to get out of the way about what I think about, the cost of the collection and whether or not you actually need these things. And also to mention, again, I don't think anyone needs any reason for buy. If you want to buy things, it's your business. But I will say I had a really rough week that week. really rough. Seriously. Work, Harper, Sean was traveling, a whole bunch of other things. It was just bad. And I will admit that part of me was just like, I've had the week from hell. I'm going to order what I want. Just going to be honest. So, and why do I say all that? Because I bought all of the mirrors. I bought every single compact in every shade. And I probably wouldn't have done that, to be honest, with all of you, if it hadn't been such a bad week. I would have been like, you don't need 9. And I don't need 9 mirrors, but I wanted them. So I'm very happy that I bought them. I'm actually not, I don't feel bad about it at all. I could return them if I wanted to. I have no intention on it, but it's just kind of funny. All right, so let's start with, let's do the mirrors last. So I have all the mirrors, so we'll do those last. Let's start with the brush sets. So the brush sets, I'll put the price down below. I think they were $160. And they look like this. This is the Fugees, the blue. This was actually my favorite color. And when I found out it was only available online, I was like, great, I'm gonna have to fight people for this. Because I was just gonna get this one. And then, yeah, the week took from me. Anyway, so in each one, and I'll show you the inside and what it looks like on this one, and then the others I'll just show you the color. So it's a cylinder. It's real leather. It's got zip at the top. That's all it is. It's a leather brush case. It's nice leather. It's sewn well. The stitches look good. And then in it are 3 brushes. Now I have the old brushes from Chanel when they were actually natural hair. These are synthetic. This is the Blush N110, which actually looks like a nice crimped blush brush. It's got the guard on it. Then this is the Powder Fluid Foundation 101 brush, which is like a good dense brush. I actually think this might work well for creams, foundation, contour, which I think is really nice. So those are both great brushes. I like both of those. And then there's the double-ended brush. Like I have old double-ended ones, like I said, that were natural hair. And then you've got like the eyeshadow crease brush on one end, and then you've got the flat lay down on the other. And I actually think that these are nice brushes. I don't think, you know, the brushes are poor quality at all. I actually think they're pretty good. The case being $160, basically you're paying a very little amount for the case because the brushes on themselves are close. It's like, I think it's like $18 to $20 difference. So it's actually probably the best deal, if you will. But the thing I would say is each one of these brush cases is a different color, yes, but the brushes are all exactly the same brushes. So if you bought, as I did, 5 brush sets, you have now 5 of the exact same brushes, which I do not need. So I'm going to be giving those to people because I do not need 5 of the same set of brushes. So what I wish they would have done, this is just Jennifer talking, is if they had taken the brushes and made the brush handles the same color of the case. So the blue would have the blue handles, pink would have the pink handles, that kind of thing. I get why they didn't. It's definitely more expensive. But I like that idea, and I think it would have made them even more interesting. I know why. There's other reasons why they didn't, right? Because you could put any brushes in the different cases and, you know, that type of thing, and it would cost more to create ones with different shades, blah, blah, blah. But I think that would have been a nice touch. That would have been me. So this is the Ballerina. You can see the Chanel name on this one better than you can see in the Fugees, because that, of course, is a very deep shade. And then you've got the CCs on the top. So it's exactly the same. Same brushes are inside. Let's see. We have the Immortelle, which is the lilac. The CC's on top. And these are pretty true to like the colors. The one that I think is a little bit different, I don't own, and that's the reddish shades, but I'll talk about that for a second. This is Rouge Noir. Again, see, you can hardly see the Chanel at the bottom of the deeper ones, the deeper shades, but this is a classic Chanel shade. And honestly, I was not going to pick it up until one of my friends kept talking about it, and I was like, and like I said, that week was a bad week, so I was just like, I'm gonna get it. Then this is the Caviar Sol, which is like a sage green, which was the other favorite that I had between this and the deep blue. Those were my two favorite shades. And those were the ones that I was gonna get. That was it. I certainly wasn't gonna get the ballerina, because anybody who's watched me for a while knows I don't like pink. And Immortelle, which is the lilac, I was like, I don't really like purple either. I was definitely influenced by the fact that those are the ones that were only available online and you couldn't get them in store. And I was like, they're going to sell out first. And they did. So yeah, that's absolutely true. I was like, I'm going to get those. These are all limited edition. I'm not going to sell them. The people are already selling them on eBay. I have no plans to do that. But I do plan to display them. I do plan to use them. I'm going to try to like take the shades of the compacts, the mirrors, and put them in purses of the same color. So I have, for example, the Fugaze. I have a purse that's like this color. So I'm going to put it in that purse. Do I have a purse that's pink? No. But I have one that's cream, so maybe I'll put the pink one in there. I don't know. But anyway, so yes, that had occurred to me. But I do like some of these shades more than others. I think the brushes, you know, for what they are and what you would pay for the brushes separately, I think it's, quote, a good deal. But it's a brush case. I don't know why you would buy it for any other reason. The brushes are all the same. They're synthetic brushes, $160. It's a lot of money. Absolutely no doubt. But again, I'm very happy that I picked them up, and I'm glad that I have them. The nail files. The nail files, in my opinion, are the weakest link of this collection. If you're gonna say this collection is worth it in any way, shape, or form. So here's the Rouge Noir one. I'm gonna hold all these up together because I can do that really pretty easily with these. And the top of the nail file is clear. You can't really see it as well on this one. You'll see it on the other ones. And then you have the nail file on this side. The other side is just blank. So it's a one-sided nail file, right? For $30. That's a lot for a nail file. Don't get me wrong, I like a good nail file, and I do always have one in my purse, but I feel like, you know, again, I'm not upset that I have them, but I'm not as fond of this product as the others. Here is the Immortelle. I might as well do it like this. They're like popsicle sticks. I'll hold them up. We have the Ballerina. You can see the colors. We have the, I think it's Fugaze. I'm gonna look it up, I promise. I just haven't had time yet on my Google machine to look it up, to look up the pronunciation. I'll do that in just a second. So those are the 5 shades that I picked up. The Caviar Sol, the Fugaze, the Ballerina, Immortelle, and the Rouge Noir. And the one thing I will say is the shades are slightly different for the compact and the nail file, and then the case. They're not all exactly the same. And that's because this is leather, this is plastic, and then you've got the nail file. So they're different materials, if you will. So yes, they aren't exactly the same, but they're very close in shade. All right, so yeah, so the nail files, like I said, they come in this packaging. It's like a velvet pocket for the nail files. I don't think it's a bad product. I don't think that it's worth $30, but I don't think the mirrors are worth $45 and the brush is worth $160, really. It's because there's a Chanel name on it. But I think they're nice nail files. They're like a glass nail file, like any glass nail file you had before. But again, it's only one-sided, so there isn't another side to that nail file. So it's my least favorite thing of all the things. Now, obviously, my favorite thing is the mirrors because I got all 9 of them and picked up all the shades. And I just think I think they're really unique and beautiful. Do I think that they're worth $45, as I've said? No. But I would say that if somebody said that they were going to buy a Chanel compact, a mirrored compact, I would guess it would be about this price. So for Chanel, it's not really a shock. This is the Rouge Noir shade. Now I'm going to show you the inside of this mirror, and then I'm not going to show you the other mirrors because it's the exact same. There's a, you can see as I push it down, you can see the other ones reflected. There is a close-up mirror, so I put my makeup on with it. And there is a further away mirror. I can see that I did not powder under my eyes because I have a little bit of transfer there. No, it's a good mirror. It's actually a nice mirror. This would make a lovely gift for somebody. It really is. It is very nice, but very deep, right? And that's like one of the things that I will mention, like in the mirrored compact compared to the brush case, there's definitely a difference. And that's because this is leather and this is plastic. And so you're gonna have a difference of shades in the way that it's, on the material. I do really like this shade. It's sort of a traditional Chanel shade. But of course it's very deep, so you can hardly even see the CCs on top of it. Next is Diva. Diva was a shade that I was not interested in particular because it looked like it was hot pink. I do not have the brushes or the nail file for this one, but I did want to get, like I said, I got the mirror. I think it's very pretty, but it's not as hot pink. It's more red than I thought it was going to be, which I actually like more. So it's kind of interesting. Then we have Premiere Dame, which again is more orange, like orange to me. Not really a coral. I mean, it's a very pretty shade, but to me it looks more orange. Again, that was not a shade I was particularly interested in, so I did not get the brush case or the nail file. The Ovni, which is the yellow, again, not a shade that like called out to me. It's actually a pretty yellow, and the picture that looked more like it had a little bit more of like a greenish undertone. This doesn't in real life, but it does. It is a little fluorescent, okay? So again, it's not it is a bright yellow, but it has a little bit of fluorescence to it. But it's actually a nice yellow. Yellow is your shade, that's your thing. It's nice. Caviar Soul. This was the one that like I said, along with the blue that I originally was like, oh, I like that. When I saw the pictures, I love greens and blues, as everyone knows. This is more like a sage green. And next to the case, you can see that there is a little bit of difference, but it's closer in shade. All right, next we have Incendiaire, which was available only online. And this shade, it's funny because I have the nail polish, and the nail polish looks different to me than this. This looks more like a deep orangey red. I feel like the nail polish is redder. I could be wrong, but it feels like it's different. But anyway, I don't have the case or the nail file. Because again, the reds and the oranges, I was just kind of like, eh. All right, next is Fuguise. I'm gonna get the pronunciation, hold on. And that is the very deep below. This was like one of the last shades to sell out. Maybe because it's more traditionally masculine shade. It's one of my favorite shades. I love a deep blue. Like, I love a deep blue. But you can see the difference between the case and the compact. It's definitely lighter on the leather than it is in the compact. We have Immortelle, which is, I'm calling it a lilac shade. This, pretty similar. It's a little lighter in the leather. And I ended up buying this one, honestly, guys, because it was limited edition and you can only get it online. And for some reason, my brain kind of went, you know, just get it. I was like, and like I said, the week was I was just like, okay. I don't know if any of you out there do that kind of thing, but I was like, I deserve it. This week has been terrible. All right. Ballerina, last but not least, Ballerina. And that shade is the one that sold out first, followed quickly by the Lilac. And like I said, I think that Deep Blue was the one that sold out last. So I think I was close. Fugues. I can't. A Fugue is Fugueur, but Fugues. Okay, I'm not absolutely sure, guys. I'm doing my best. So that's the Deep Blue shade. So I just want to say, to wrap up, you know, I heard some people who were like, this is an absolute like money grab by Chanel. Yes. Is that really shocking to anybody? I mean, maybe I'm just the only jaded person out there, but that's what these companies do. They're there to make money. I do believe that Chanel has done more of that than they used to. Yes, I think that's true. But honestly, I don't think it's only a money grab. I think Chanel is trying to possibly kind of get some attention, maybe from different markets. I think it possibly was a way to test the waters to see if something like this would work, would sell. Because for years, people have been asking for different colored compacts, you know, or designs on top of the black and white, that type of thing. So that could be it. And yeah, of course, I think there was an element of making some money, but this collection wasn't that large. It wasn't that big. So, I mean, they make a tremendous amount of money on their bags. They've increased their bag prices like every 6 months for the last 4 years. A bag that I was interested in like 5 years ago, which I think was $6,000, is now 10. So Chanel has not, I mean, they have not shied away from trying to make a lot of money off their products. So no, that doesn't shock me. But I think there's more to it than that. And again, I don't really know because I'm not involved with Chanel corporate, but I feel there is something about like trying to appeal to new markets, different markets, testing waters to see how these things sell. They sold out immediately, pretty much. So we'll see. We'll see what they do in the future if they come out with more of these things. I have also heard from a number of you about whether this is going to be restocked. I have no indication that they're restocking this. Like everything I heard was that this was limited edition, there was a small number of them, and that was gonna be it. However, we've heard that before, and then when something does really well, they miraculously find more of them. So we'll see. We'll wait and we'll see. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do something like restock or at least something similar. But you know, it depends. Some of the lines have come out with limited edition and have stuck to it. That has happened. So we'll see. My overall thoughts is, you know, I really love the collection. I'm thrilled that I have it. I'm somebody who this is going to bring me a great deal of joy. But overall, if you didn't get it, you know, don't. It's just plastic mirrors and brushes that are all the same and nail files. It's certainly not something that you have to have in your collection. Not that anything is. I would also say that all of these do have nail polishes that correspond to them. I don't have all the shades. I have a lot of them, but not all of them. So you can correspond your nails with your nail file and your brushes and your compact, which is a cute idea. And again, I am thrilled to have this collection. I'm really actually happy that my brain went off and decided to buy all the mirrors because literally like right after I did it, it's when the Ballerina sold out because I didn't get them all at first. I really didn't. I had just picked up a couple, and then when I realized, I was like, you know what, just get them all. And literally the Ballerina sold out maybe 10 minutes after that. So I probably would have kicked myself a little bit if I hadn't done it because I really wanted them. So again, I'm not judging anyone who gets things that they like as long as it's your budget, it's your life. These bring me joy. I enjoy them, but I will also say, and I've said it many times, worth it? that's a different question. I'm sure you can buy all of these products at a much, much cheaper price without the Chanel on it, but probably wouldn't be buying them without the Chanel on it. Let's all be honest. So if you have any questions or you want specifics on anything, certainly let me know. I will likely be displaying these somewhere and using them. I'll definitely be using the mirrors all the time. And I'm happy to, answer any specifics, any questions that you have. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.